guys, how are you all doing? Just a quick disclaimer before we get the video underway. You are watching my cryptocurrency trading series. I just want to give everybody a heads up. I'm not really here to obviously give any of you guys financial advice. I do this personally just for fun. I'm an IT guy. I'm a bit of a nerd. I love playing around with the APIs. I love seeing how I can interconnect and really try and work out algorithms to try and trade and beat the system, beat the market. So look, a lot of the content also covered in here is my own personal opinions, not necessarily the opinions of the rest of the market. Do this stuff at your own risk. I do wish you guys the best. Hope you enjoy the series. Let's get on with it. Hey guys, welcome to the second episode in this crypto trading series. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Today's episode really about where to trade, how to trade. If you haven't traded before at all, some of the first steps to get yourself the first Bitcoin or part thereof. So I guess, let's just start at one of the very basic questions I often get asked by a lot of people who haven't done it before. Yes, you can buy less than one Bitcoin. Just like Australia has dollars, we have cents. Cryptocurrency has Bitcoins, and then they also have points of a Bitcoin known as Satoshis, and it actually goes right back to about 8 decimal places. So you can still these days actually buy just a few cents worth of Bitcoin. I don't recommend it because the fees are probably going to be higher than that, but in the end of the day, you can buy just a small amount. So I will be talking a lot in this series about trading Bitcoin in exchanges. Now, really, exchanges are very much like the stock exchanges. You basically trade between various currencies, and just like in the stock exchange, you trade between your currency and either another currency, or you can trade between your currency and a particular stock. So I will be talking about that, but before we can even get our money in exchange, we still need to actually get some Bitcoin. So I'm going to be trying to give you some tips about how to actually get some Bitcoin or Ethereum or any coin like that, and some of the differences between them. So let's get started there. A lot of people say, all right, well, I want to get into this market. Where can I buy some Bitcoin? Well, the reality is you need to go to a trading site where you can trade fiat, that's traditional money currency, US dollars, Australian dollars, etc. For cryptocurrency. My personal platform of choice is CoinSpot. They have all the tools, the mechanisms there. Look, you probably will have heard, around the world, a lot of banks, they are stopping the credit card transactions for crypto traders. So it is a bit of a bummer. You might need to go through a couple of different banks until you can find one that can effectively take your money. I think it's kind of funny. They're saying it's a risky transaction, yet they're perfectly happy for me to go and withdraw money and go and spend it at a casino. Yet for some reason, cryptocurrency, which is designed to take on the banks, no, that one's risky. I don't know. Anyway, once again, my opinion. So when you're actually getting your transactions, or when you're first getting your coins, there's probably a couple of things to make note. One of the big myths is that transactions in the cryptocurrency networks are free, and that's absolutely wrong. In the height of Bitcoin, back in December 2017, we were seeing transaction fees of upwards of $50. So if you went and bought $100 worth of Bitcoin, you could be slammed with about 50% of that in fees. So there are definitely transaction fees. Now, they have been working on getting those fees down. Bitcoin's down to just a few dollars, may even be under that now. A lot of the altcoins as well, they can just be a few cents in their transaction fees. But the reason why I bring this up, this is quite important because if you are buying a coin, let's say, for example, you're buying a coin and you want to move it to an exchange, you want to trade similar to how I trade. Buying Bitcoin's probably not the best bet. Even though the transaction fee might be just a few dollars at the moment, it's still not going to be the best bang for your buck. I would probably look at another coin like Ethereum or something like that where the transaction fees are lower, because in the end of the day, when you convert your fiat to Ethereum and then your Ethereum, you move that into the exchange, you're going to get a transaction fee for both the fiat to crypto, and then moving that crypto from your I guess your wallet from your from where you buy it into your exchange. So you're going to be getting two sets of transaction fees, and you can't actually go the other way around as well. You can't say, well, you know what, I bought Bitcoin and then, in order to avoid that second fee, I'll drop it to Ethereum and then move Ethereum across, because you're going to be paying a trade fee to swap that as well. So if you want my advice, have a look at whatever platform you decide to buy your coin on. There's plenty of them. Make sure you have a look at the fees associated with each coin, and as well as the exchange that you ideally want to put it in, make sure they accept that coin as well. Because the last thing you want to do is go and buy some coin that the exchange doesn't accept. Then of course you won't be able to transfer it into that exchange. So I've mentioned where you buy your coins and where you exchange them. There are a couple of other key differences as well, because a few of my friends, they do trading, but they do trading on sites where you traditionally swap fiat currencies and not so much do true trading. And there is a big reason why I trade in exchanges rather than trading on these, I guess, these purchasing sites. If you have a look at the way that they actually exchange your money for either crypto to crypto or fiat to crypto, there is a really big difference, because there is in the exchange world, there's the idea of basically placing a market order or a limit order. Now, a market order means I'm going to pay whatever price it is on the spot. So, if somebody is basically saying, I'm willing to buy Bitcoin or I'm willing, to sell you my Bitcoin or my part of a Bitcoin for $8,500 a coin, I go and hit the buy now in Australia or US dollars. I'm going to execute that trade at that particular price. So I don't have the option to say, you know what, actually I want to buy in when the market goes down. I feel that the market's currently sitting at $8,500, but I think it's going to go down to 8,300 or 8,200, and I want to buy in at that price. And the big difference is there are a lot of traps that can be made here, because coins that are infrequently traded, there's a thing called spread. So that's basically the difference between the buy and the sell price can be quite high. So just because I just bought Bitcoin at 8,500 doesn't mean necessarily that the next person wants to buy it off me at that same price. So I might be able to buy Bitcoin at 8,500. But I might be able to only sell it and get, say, 8,400 back at the exact same time. This is very, very important, because this is one of the big fundamental things about exchanges, and I'll definitely go into that in the next episode. But when we're looking at where you buy or where you're buying those coins and the exchanges and the margins that go in the background, we really do need to factor in exactly what's going on in that marketplace, how we're buying that coin, the conditions of the market. Is it a very, if the market is going down very, very fast, we could see that sell price, going, very, very quickly down. We can see the buy prices going very, very slow. So there can be very, very risky times to enter and leave the market. And if you're just buying at that market rate, like what you do generally when you convert your fiat, it is a dangerous time, because in the end of the day, you will most certainly, off your very first transaction, lose some money in that transaction, and you will not be able to sell it for the same amount instantly when you're trying to push it back. The other thing as well to consider when you're on these, these more sort of purchasing style sites rather than true exchanges, is the method of which you get it. So, you can do obviously things like PayPal, you can do credit card transactions, some even allow you to do bank transfers. Do check out the fees that they have on all those associated ones, because there is some very, very large transaction fees that come in, not only for acquiring the coins, but also for the actual fees on the various transfer methods as well. So, guys, do your research. Don't say I didn't warn you, but look, it's an absolutely if you're keen to do it and you want to get into it, do what I did. My very first transaction I did, I was one of those suckers. I went and I took $100 worth of Bitcoin only to work out that after transaction fees I only bought about $75 worth. So be it. And then after that, I transferred it into an exchange and realized that I had only about $50 to deal with. But in the end of the day, you've got to get started somewhere. Work out what you want to move. I would say, if you want to put in $100 a week, whatever it is that you want to put in, instead of doing it that way, do your 400 in one go at the end of the month. Wait a bit of time. You know what? The market is still going to be there. It's still going to be volatile. There's still money to be made, but try and just reduce the number of raw transactions on the Bitcoin network or on the trading network. And like I said, try and leverage some of the other coins like Ethereum or something like that. They are definitely going to give you the lower transaction fees. I learned that lesson. It took me about 4 to 5 weeks to actually work that one out. And ever since then, I've been having much lower transactions, which has actually allowed me to transact actually a lot more frequently. Probably the other thing that I'd like to also mention with you guys, if you are going to be putting your money in, just realize it can be a little bit difficult to get your money out. A lot of sites make it very easy for you to get your money in. A lot of sites also make it a little bit more difficult to extract your money. The other probably big thing as well is if you are trading in altcoins. Not all coins are born equal. Coins have these periodical things called hard forks where they upgrade their versioning or upgrade their code, effectively giving the coin new features. They may have needed to fork the coin because they've been hacked or something like that. There are a lot of reasons why coins get forked. Now, one of the big pitfalls is sometimes they release a whole new version where the old coins kind of become no longer really used. The new ones are in use. And some of the exchanges, I won't mention any here right now, but I'll certainly in the future videos go into a lot of them. And some of the exchanges, they don't keep their coins really up to date, and that means I could buy a certain coin. And I could look at it and go, what, that's a bargain. I can buy it at 1 cent because in these other exchanges are worth $6 or $7. Too good to be true. Well, unfortunately, it absolutely is. If you go and try and transfer those coins over to the new exchange, you'll find very quickly that those coins actually aren't supported, and that transaction will actually get lost, and you'll have lost all that money into the ether, and it will be gone for good. So, look, definitely, once again, I would say, particularly when you're doing your first few trades, stick through the major coin, which is Bitcoin. Stick through the major altcoins, things like your Ethereums, your Bitcoin Cash, those sorts of ones. They're fairly reliable, fairly stable, and very, very broadly accepted across all the platforms. I hope this information has been useful for you guys. Stay tuned. I'll be back soon. Thank you. Hey guys, it's me again. Hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I enjoyed creating that for you. If you can, just hit that subscribe button down there. It will help me know that you guys are enjoying the content, as well as helping me know what is working for you guys or not. Do leave some comments. Happy to hear comments, good, bad, or ugly. If you also would like to hit me up on my LinkedIn channel, do follow me there as well. If you do hit me up on LinkedIn, try and just leave me a bit of a personal message just to say that you found me on this particular channel. It'll help me know where you guys are coming from, and it will help me also direct any comments back through to you. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you very much. I've spent a lot of time trying to create and put all this together. So once again, would appreciate if you guys do subscribe. Have a wonderful day. Thank you very much.